Keep it private or make it public. There's two sides to this. Two sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Pros and cons to both, just like there is with anything. And just like I mentioned in a short video that I shared, I made a video about the jack of all trades versus a master of one. And I don't think the question is what's better than the other. The question is what's right for you. At the end of the day, it's each to their own. We're all supposed to be different. And some people talk about other people sharing themselves online. Some people talk about people not putting themselves out there. You'll hear it all. Let's talk about privacy. There's power in privacy. There is, it's smart to keep some things private, protecting your energy, maybe not speaking too soon for numerous reasons. And I think it's smart to keep some things private, but with that being said, maybe what I choose to keep private doesn't work for you, and maybe you're meant to share whatever you're sharing. And I think it's smart. You should always keep that in mind, no matter what you're hearing from anyone. And maybe that's what it looks like in this chapter for you. Maybe these things work for you. Maybe they don't. Maybe they always will. Maybe they never will. We're supposed to be different. Some people don't want what's best for you. I feel like sometimes this could hurt you. Even though I believe in the unfolding of everything. I think everything is going as it should. So if you make it a wrong decision, I don't think it was wrong. I think it was meant to happen, and we are meant to grow somehow, learn somehow. You were supposed to make these decisions to realize that maybe you don't want to make them anymore. You have to go through that some way, whether you're learning from someone else or learning from your own experience. If you choose to keep some things private in your life, some of those things or those things you choose to keep private could look different from what someone else chooses to keep private. But too much of this is fear, because then you begin to try and maybe try hard. Let's talk about being public. And when I say public, that could mean someone real close to you, your close circle, or that could be sharing it online. I believe that everyone should share their art. I think everyone has something unique to give to the world. And I think that is part of the experience, to find and refine the gift that was sown in your soul. And part of that experience, part of that journey is sharing it. I think your gift is your medicine. It's for you, but it's also for others. If it is healing to you, it is going to heal others. Your gift is also a gift to others. I actually had this thought yesterday. The gift to me is a gift for you. My gift is your gift. And the only way it's for you is if it's for me. The only way it's for me is if it's for you. And I think if it doesn't feel that way, you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for others. You are literally living someone else's. You are trying to pursue something that is not aligned with you. And that is going to cause chaos because that's not your path. And so things are going to feel off. There's an Osho quote I read in one of his books. And he says, the whole idea about yourself is borrowed from those who have no idea of who they are themselves. That's funny. I mean, it is, but it's not. Because most people are living this way. But I think that's why we talk about these things. And I don't blame people, because I think that is part of this story. The internet can help you or it can hurt you. You can abuse it or you can use it as a tool. Most people abuse it, consume a lot. Most people consume more than they create. And I think that can hurt you because you are giving away your precious time that you're not getting back. A lot of that focus is not going to you, and you're not really finding yourself throughout this journey. And that doesn't bring you a great experience. That doesn't give you any of the beautiful things you are searching for. It doesn't give you freedom. I'm an open book for the most part. And clearly I've been sharing online for a long time, and I seek truth and I share truth. But some people share absolutely everything. And again, that's their path. And if that feels right to them, each to their own, okay? And if you feel some kind of way about it, what are you doing about it? Maybe you should say something about it instead of complain about it, instead of just complain about it. You know, I feel like people have so much to say about people oversharing or people saying all this and that or saying nothing. And it's like, what are you doing to help the situation? With that being said, some of these people are doing real well for themselves because when you share a lot, that's relatable. It can be comforting. And who's to say what's too much? And if it's working for someone, okay, so be it. Because the person who has an opinion, has such a strong opinion, or is consuming this, they are consumed by it. The person who complains too much about that kind of stuff, it's like, what? You're choosing to be consumed and invested in this heaviness. That focus is so, it's off. I think that says more about you than it does about the other person. People will do what they do, but if you have something to say about it, what are you doing different? How are you being different, you know? And if you choose to not share yourself to a lot of people or online, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And if that feels truly aligned with you, you're on the right path. I've heard people say the internet was meant to wake us up. And of course, that's not the only reason, but it is such an incredible resource to have. The information and the knowledge that you can get from your computer is incredible. Life-changing. Life-changing. And if you use it right, if you use it to educate yourself in certain ways, it can improve your life. What balance here is right for you? That's the question. And at the end of the day, if I had to pick one of these, which I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think you should or need to pick one. But if I had to lean on one more, it would be to be open. Because that feels like love to me. And at the end of the day, no one can take what's yours. So staying too private, whatever, again, I think that's fear. And when you share and you're open, it's not like that can't hurt you, right? Because the whole way, when you are guided by love and you are just giving freely, all of that to me, it's just share, like call it public, call it sharing online, call it giving out information, call it whatever you want. It feels like love to me. It feels like a high frequency. I think that can give you more than it can hurt you because you are in a state of trust and love when you are open and you're vulnerable and you're sharing. This could just even be to yourself. to know thyself, to know you. It could just be sharing with someone next to you. It could be sharing in the way that I'm sharing right now. We shouldn't take anything too seriously. And I'll end on one of my favorites, as you may know. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun.
Do you, hottie? Do you?
Peace and love.